some 3 Beers stickers, some T-shirts to start wearing.
Hey, welcome to Three Beards Podcast. My name is Craig, along with Chris and Austin. So welcome, gentlemen, to the first ever non-sports edition of the Three Beards Podcast. No sports.
No sports.
No sports.
Oh man,
what are we going to
freaking
talk
out, man.
about? What are we going to talk
Any
about?
sports?
Oh my God. If we don't have our crutch, what are we going to do? So,
Let's see here.
yeah. So just crazy. Just we basically, we started out, really talking about sports, and then what we decided is, we got a lot of family members, friends, stuff that just, they're not huge fans of sports. So
That happens.
so the only way we could really figure out a way to do this is we start Wednesday edition, where it's just kind of like a whatever, talk about crazy stories, weird, paranormal, just it's conspiracy, strange creatures, you name it, you tell us, and it's like
UFOs, mermaids, everything.
Yeah,
man.
if there's a topic you want to hear about, my God, let us know. We'll look into it. We might, that might be our discussion for the next week. Like right now, Chupacabra is in the lead for the cryptid to talk about. So that's exciting.
He's running the lead right now.
Yeah, so go on our Facebook page, go on our Facebook group, vote. I've got a poll up there. If you see something you want something to add, go ahead and add it. If you think of another creature, people get the votes up there. We'll see what we want to do.
If you're on Instagram, send me a message on Instagram, and I can do some more research on that too. So, everything.
All right. Well, tonight's topic, crystals. Are they healing? Are they a magical power? Or are they just some crazy new age idea that just, it's been wheeled on us to make us believe that these things actually can benefit us? As you can see, Chris has got the. Which one's that?
Go sit.
That's tourmaline.
Sit down.
I carry a whole pocket full of rocks every day.
Chris is a believer. Let's put it that way. He is a major believer. I'm not. Austin is a wannabe.
Yeah, that's what. When it comes to sports, I'm your walking encyclopedia. But when I first met Chris, he was telling me about the stones, and it really intrigued me. And doing more research, I really want to know more about it. Even my sister too. I didn't know she was about stones too, and I was like, you know what? It's something I want to get more into. So honestly, I'm a newbie when it comes to this stuff. So I'm excited to learn more too.
Yeah, and those little note out there for people. I apologize in advance for any sniffles. I'm battling a cold, so it's just if you hear me sniffling, I apologize.
Excuses.
Well, I know. Black tourmaline and selenite are the two most powerful crystals out there. The black tourmaline battles negative energy, and the selenite is to cleanse crystals. So it's
cool. Yeah, I heard about that.
It has awesome vibration. It is one of the strongest stones out there.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that when you get new stones, you have to kind of cleanse them of every bad energy and any other mojo to, gain it to your mojo. So that's what was cool to kind of research before the episode.
Yeah, some people even believe like in, certain rituals, like a moon ritual, to charge your crystals. You have to be, like a blessing to do them. And now, Chris, tell them that story originally when we first got on this, kind of topic, about maybe you wanting us to do this. You were telling a story about how this podcasting came about.
Yeah, I went and got a new crystal from a crystal shop. That's a secret. I'll tell you about that one a little later because I don't want everybody to go get a mojo bag and try to get a business. But I was in Atlanta and I grabbed a crystal and I came back and they were like, hey, let's start a podcast. But when I went to the crystal shop in Atlanta, I was trying to get a crystal for business and prosperity and luck. So as soon as I got back, my two buddies over here was like, hey, let's start a podcast. Wasn't in the making before I left. And then I believe my crystal really helped me out with the podcast. So I'll tell you, stay tuned for the couple more episodes before I tell you what the secret is.
Well, yeah. Like I said, when we revisit the topic, I'm sure because, there's so many different facets on this. I mean, everything from just simple like crystals you hold in your pocket to even cultures that believed, which is one I hope we talk about. Another one is crystal skulls. I know the producer Matt, he's a really big fan about those, and that's one thing that some cultures, I mean, they were so into, clear quartz and other ones that they actually fashioned these skulls out of that, and that's one thing.
That's what I heard. Yeah, the clear quartz was cool too.
Yeah, out of the research I was doing, is a lot of places look at clear quartz as, as kind of like the greater stone, one that's a gift from Mother Earth, the divine, energy. So that's why so many things from electronics. I mean, it's probably one of the most used crystals throughout is just quartz.
That's what's interesting too. I mean, I'm not trying to bring any religion into this, but when I was in high school, my youth pastor, we went on a youth trip to, I think it was like Tallahassee or something. And he said, I want you all to go out there and just sit and meditate. And I was like, all right, whatever, it's not going to work. So then I went around to the dock, I love the water. So I'm watching everything across it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to sit and meditate. And I just sat there and I went to a different place, I guess. And I heard there was a boat going, didn't hear it. Heard nothing else, but it was just quiet, and it felt amazing. Even I was in, I'm going to forget, it was some kind of class in high school, and it was like a world history class or something like that. And she's like, all right, we're going to turn the lights off, and we're just going to meditate for 30 minutes. Go to your happy place. And it was crazy. I heard nobody breathing, nobody walking around, but I felt like I was in that place. And I was like, that's awesome. And I haven't been back to meditate. So learning about these stones, I'm like, I need to get back into it because you never feel more relaxed than you meditate and stuff with stones, especially too. So
yeah, because you have Chris, if I'm not mistaken, you have one that has a chakra gems on it, correct?
The 7 chakras. Those really, you have the crown chakra.
I think we lost him for a second there. Yeah,
got it. Yeah, I saw the other chakras there too. I was slacking, to be honest, so I didn't know all the chakras, but I was trying to listen to some more about it. But there was so much about it that I didn't even know. I thought it was just like, here's a color stone, it has energy, but there's a lot more to it that I didn't even know, man.
There's Chris. Sounds like he's back.
Yeah, I lost audio for some apparent reason.
Okay. Yeah, all last we heard was crown chakra. That was that thing.
Yeah.
So there's 7 chakras.
Oh.
Our stone.
Right, while we're working on his technical difficulties here, I'll look it up real quick so we can do the 7 chakras real fast.
Yeah, he's our stone master. He knows most about it. I'm excited, though, man. It was.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking. Actually, Chris has another story about that one stone. I forgot what it was. How it cracked and whatnot. And I was actually looking at stone shops in Orlando, and there was 2 reviews on the website that I was like, "That's interesting," because Chris told me a story about it. That they went in and it was almost the exact word for word. They said when I first walked in, the people looked at me and stared me down like I was a thief, and there's only 2 of them, and it was like word for word, and I was like, you must have had some bad mojo because you're not going to look at anybody like that, So obviously you had something, bad that you brought into there and didn't like that. So I was like, I want to go to that one just to do it.
And on the chat, Tara just brought up the thing, about the meditation. That was one thing during the research I found is there's several, a lot of people, what they feel is that you don't pick the stone picks you. That when you go in there, you look at it, and Chris sent me this test thing.
It's actually
and it's like you see which one is appealing to you, and at different points in your life, they through the stuff I've seen, is like what Tara said, what your problem chakra is, that you're going to be drawn to that crystal, to that because that's producing the energy that you need. It's kind of like something in you is desiring that fix, and you hone in on it. And real quick, Chris, and like I said, for chakras, before you lose it, you got the crown, the third eye, the throat, you have your heart, you have the solar plexus, you have the I think it's pronounced sacral, and then you have the root chakra.
Yeah.
There's different classifications of stones that follow along with each one of those. But going through a lot of research, it's like there's even one area that's real close to where, your mom lives, Casadega.
Casadega. Oh, man.
I learned about that through Chris.
Yeah. And, with Tara, it's my sister, with our dad passing away when I think it was 2010, almost 10 years ago. I was interested, obviously, in paranormal, but just going to Casadega would be awesome to to go on the Beyond and speak to him, or just anything. You know, it's exciting. And my mom living out so close, it was exciting. So I know we're gonna take a trip out there soon.
That's gonna be a tour. That's gonna be a tour to see.
He's back.
It's gonna be fun.
He's
man.
back. He's alive. I knew that stone would work.
Yeah, I'm just.
He's alive. He's alive.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I want to get that. I want to go, soon. We can try to get something going soon to go out there. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and doing the research, for anybody that doesn't know about Casadega, it was, I mean, I said, Chris, do you want to take this one? I mean, you said you're the one that introduced me to this. I mean, I did a lot of research on it, but I mean, go for it. Explain it to the people.
Casadega is a spiritualist camp where people from all around the world come. They're psychic mediums. They practice no black magic there, but they are psychics and mediums. They actually have the world's biggest spiritualist camp here in Florida. And they do a lot of healing there. They actually have a church that was sold off to keep the camp alive. And you can go to the church, you can go to the hotel and spend the night. The rooms have no TVs in them, so you can reach out to the spiritual world. And basically, Casadega is the place to see. They do weekly events. Research, Craig.
Well, you got the research here. All right. So
didn't you say that they was it Chris or Craig said that the basements have their churches, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, exactly. Some of the houses, like almost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that started out. It was. I'm going to double check my notes so I don't get it wrong here. Yeah, 1894 is when it was established by a gentleman by the name of George Colby, and he created the spiritualist camp. Yeah, it was he deeded over it originally. It was 35 acres is what the original deeding was, and he found this area through what he described as his spirit guide by the name of Seneca. And so so when he came through, then he created this camp. He deeded over those acres, which is now grown to 57 acres. There's 55 homes on this property. That was, and everybody in here is mediums, spiritual healers. They all hold their things. Through the research, there's not like a price sheet where you can say like how much is it going to be for reading, because each one is an individual practitioner. Yeah. But they have different gala events, and if I remember right, the 19th is a spirit crawl that they've got coming up, and it looks like where you can go through and have like mini communications and try to catch. And just looking at the chat too, with Nancy, talking about it, it's like I would love as a group for us to maybe make a trip to Casadega and check it out, because it's
we can get everybody to go down there.
As much as the title is clickbait, I'm actually a believer in this just from the fact that is there any harm in actually believing that this inanimate rock I've got my thing holds a power? But it's also a really weird coincidence, even like Chris said, when he takes a rock, puts it in his pocket, and just promotes this type of energy, and then bam, it just happened. I mean, because I wasn't planning this. I originally had a podcast that I was trying to do with another guy, with the guys, but I happened to just throw it out there. And I mean, look at where we're at right now. We're not even we're 2 months into this, and look where we're at.
It doesn't even feel like it, man, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like we've done this for a long time.
Yeah, the energy flows very well.
That's what you needed, man. You can't just throw a couple people together and expect something to work. That's what it worked good. I mean, we have a good group of guys together. I forgot what I was gonna say. I mean, we're not trying. When I hope that people watch this and don't think that if you can only go to Casadega to get your palm read or tarot cards, stuff like that. Go anywhere. We're not saying that everyone around here they're just fake medians. They're probably really good people, but Casadega, it's just that it's a heartland of this type of stuff, and that's something we want to go see.
They don't call it like a major vortex, but without getting too
it is.
There's vortexes throughout where it feels like the earth has its energies, focused. And shout out to Alex. Hello, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
What's up, Alex?
It's we've got you've got I think it's Sedona, Arizona. Yes, and Keith, yes, crystal meth that does change a person, both majorly physically. I mean, you have a complete reforming of the face. Your teeth disappear. It's probably. I mean, I'd have to say, actually, out of all the crystals, it's probably the most potent and strong crystal.
It's one of those man-made things you don't want to mess with. You want all natural stuff. That's what you want.
Your state. Let me tell you that it will alter you.
But looking at Casadega, they actually have a 125th anniversary coming up. That would be a really nice event to attend. You realize the magic that's going to be there in the 125th anniversary?
What day is that?
They have events scheduled throughout, but their anniversary is coming up. And you realize the old mediums who've gone home, gone away from 1894, they'll probably come home present for their 125th anniversary. There's going to be so much energy there. It's going to be amazing.
What by chance, what dates are? We can probably maybe try to get something set up. Is it later, like in November or something? Or
yeah, I'm looking.
Because I know obviously I'm really bad. I don't want to be stereotypical, but isn't October like their New Year-ish coming up? You know what I mean?
No, because like in the research, Casadega specifically says they have absolutely nothing to do with witchcraft, occult, black magic. So voodoo.
That's why I like this podcast because everyone thinks Casadega is like straight up, ghosts and all this bad stuff. It's not though. It's interesting, and now that's why I want to go there. Get kind of.
Yeah, Tara, I agree. I think there was something, whether it was fate, whether it was something, something brought us together. I mean, was it the stone? Something that helped focus that energy. I don't know, but yeah, I agree. I mean, there was a reason why this happened. I mean, because it just. You don't have this connection that just happens, like this. I mean, this was fluid. I mean, I feel, there's a bond. It's not just three guys that are trying to figure out a way to work. I mean, it organically.
It flows.
Yeah.
It's that simple, man. It flows perfectly.
Yeah. It's back to the, with the thing there, they specifically said, they are not magic practitioners. Nobody uses Ouija boards. Nobody uses tarot cards. They're strictly, they're more of the psychic, the medium. They're wanting to have somebody like yourself, Austin, come in there, because you want some sort of closure with your dad. And so
yeah, and I mean, me and my dad had. I mean, unfortunately, he passed so quickly that I didn't get to I said goodbye, but it wasn't good enough to me. But just to see him again, me and Tara and even Nancy, my mom, we talk about it all the time, just to hear him again. It's just, when he first passed away, what brought me closer to paranormal, we can talk about that in the next episodes, was just, you could see that he,
I agree.
There was signs everywhere, man. There was signs everywhere that showed he was still trying to contact us. And I would just want to try, to talk to him again. Because
if he was still trying to contact you, when you go there, you'll get the energy right away. Someone will tell you, "Hey, he's coming through."
It was just, I was 10. He passed away in 2010. So I think I was like 15. So I was still a kid, teenage boy, whatever. But it was a fact. Quick story. We can talk about it later. But my mom was across the house in the laundry room, a loud room, obviously. I was across the house in my bedroom. We came together at the same time because we heard the same exact glass, tree type of Christmas ornaments falling down. And we described the same exact thing. And she remembered when he was a kid, he knocked down the Christmas tree and made it like glass shattering. It was just stuff like that. But we can talk about more later on. But it's just, that's what drew me more to paranormal and of course, like stones and meditation, because I mean, it feels it, So
I agree completely, and I think that's when once
it's
Chris,
interesting.
Yeah, once Chris started bringing it up, I agree. I mean, it's almost like it's it's like a portal. Something that I shouldn't say portal. I should say like a focusing point to where we feel it pulls something together. Because like I said, you have that. It's just, you may find this and may help focus. Like I said, if we can get to Casadega, I would love to be there. And
we got to find a date, man. We can do it. I mean, we can get at least us, obviously, and maybe 15 people to go and get some, just to go.
There you're right.
I was going to say. I'm having a hard time.
And Chris is having a little difficulty, so he'll be back. He'll be back on here in a second. So it's.
Oh man,
I apologize that he keeps having issues. It's just
it happens.
It's got to be frustrating for him. So apologize.
Man, that's what I was going to say.
We'll just go. So little things like I started with when it came to like crystals. Like most people, it's like, what does it mean when somebody says crystals? I mean, it's just, are you talking, this nice little faceted thing, the shiny thing that's in your pocket? In a like a spiritualism sense, it's any semi-precious stone, anything that like I said, you're drawn to. It's a lot of amethyst, quartz, lapis.
Yeah.
Just amber. They're used. That's used in a way to promote a focus. Focusing. Instruction. Healing something. And I mean, I think I agree. I'm gonna get it from Chris and try to maybe have it posted up so everybody can take that link, but then just get it to where everybody take that test and just where you go in and just like find out what stones you're drawn to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's like, be honest. I mean, it's like, you may like one type, but if you're just flipping through the list and all of a sudden you're like, I really feel like it's that one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was doing research in that, that one place, even just research like question and answers and stuff, and it said, just walk in there and just wave your hands, clean it, like rub your hands and clean it to have a clean chakra. I think what it was, and just walk up to stones and see if one draws to you, and go in your gut. Yeah, that's the one. Like you said, you'll feel, cold. You'll feel some kind of tingly something, and that stone's for you. So I'm excited to try to go soon to get some stones because it's fun. I mean, it's interesting.
Some kind of way. I was kicked out by the energy. I'm back.
Resurrection.
Chris is too strong, man.
My energy is kicking me out.
It's like crystal paddles. Ready, clear. He's back.
That's awesome.
Rub the two quartz together. Ready, clear. He's back. And we lost him again. Sweet mother.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Scammer free. As long as he can talk, we're good.
And yes, Alex, it's actually this episode, if they want to sponsor us, is brought to you by Angry Orchard.
Oh.
I know.
We got a real sponsor hopefully coming soon. We're in the works, so we'll have a real sponsor. But
no, I know. That's just one to his answer. Yes, I am drinking something like that.
Hey, this is it is the Three Beard Sports whiskey, and well, that's not whiskey, obviously. We're working on it.
Well, hey, I'll still say Cilantro. So how's that? All right.
There you go. I was trying to read my Tara's comment real quick, but it probably has nothing to do with it. When I came back from visiting a college one time, trying to go back to school, I was talking to Tara for. It felt like an hour because we're best friends. We're brother and sister, obviously. But I was telling her how we got a sports podcast running. She's not a sports fan. She was there when I was in high school watching me. But I told her how we're doing this side now, with Stones, Paranormal, and she's like, "I'm so excited! I want to watch that." Yeah, and then she told me about how her Stones she has now, and I was like, "That's awesome!" We're about to talk about it, and you have all these stones. So
that's
cool.
What's crazy is just like, I mean, imagine that. Our first episode is about stones. I go, and this wasn't something that was just kind of, we just kind of had a topic, and we're like, that seems like a really good jump off point just to talk about.
That's what's funny too is if you go back to when we first contemplated doing the podcast, it was sports. Obviously, we're all three sports guys. But then we needed something else because, sports ends half the year or whatever. And our main concern or our main thought was going to be conspiracy and paranormal. And look at this first episode is stones.
Yep.
No one ever thought about doing stones until later on. But the first episode is stones. And that's awesome. It just shows.
Well, thank you. Tara, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Share that.
I knew she was excited for it. I told her we were going to do it. So she was really excited.
Yeah. And then Tiffany just posted on there, we need to do like a ghost hunt, go live.
Yeah. My girlfriend may not be happy for it, but I'm down.
I want to see Austin and Chris running, screaming out of the room. Oh my God!
Hey, listen.
That type of stuff don't scare me.
Hey, I told you, man. The only thing that scared me was at Halloween Horror Nights house, and that thing was scary. But other than that, that thing came out the wall, man.
He's scared of made up ghosts.
It wasn't a ghost, man.
It was made up.
It was a really, very, very good actor that came out of the wall somehow and chased me out the house. Other than that, I'm good, man. I'm all for it.
You're scared of an actor, but what happens if something's not acting?
Yeah, he said it was real small part, and I'm like, what are you running for? You just punt kick him out the window.
Dude, it doesn't matter, man. That's what my girlfriend said. She's like, of all the places you got scared of a little person that came, I was like, I was fine the entire house, but this person just comes out of the wall. There's nothing there. It just comes out of the wall and just chased me out the house. I was done, man. But I'm down, man.
This person comes running at 6'5". What do? You see him. He's just running.
When I gotta take y'all to a football game one time, but my Uncle Pat and my Uncle Jack will tell you a story about we were going crabbing one time and I was chasing crabs trying to catch in a net. That thing did a U-turn and started chasing me. He said he's never he's never seen a grown man jump so high and screech like a little girl his entire life. That thing scared me. Dude. No, I'm excited, man.
Now if you would have had your protection crystal selenite with you, it wouldn't have did that.
Now see, Tara, there you go. That's all I'm gonna get soon. But I'm looking at Tara's comment. The petrified forest, that's fun. Down in Altamont, man. I haven't done that in a couple of years, but that place is fun.
Let me take a quick.
No, Petrified Forest is fun. I went there years ago, and they have some good actors over there too, man. They had like 10, 15 kids in the school bus, and I'd never heard a kid scream so loud in my entire life. But it was fun, though. I'm excited, especially go to Casadega. My girlfriend's not happy because she said if I go there, she might leave me because she's the one spirits attached to me. I said it's not going to happen. It's just a bunch of hoopla. But I'm excited, man. I really am to go to Casadega.
Sorry, I had a sneeze coming on. I had to break away. Yeah, I need to find a stone that promotes healing right now.
There's a couple of
them. There's a whole lot of them.
I know. Apparently that's what I need. Get me over this.
You gonna run to the stone shop and get you one?
I might need to if this keeps up. Like I said, people are asking. It's like, yeah, we need to, as a group, let's see if we can figure out a time when it's going to work really good to get to Casadega. Really check this out. I really want to sit down. I want to have this thing for you, Austin. I think it would be an amazing thing for you.
Beneficial. It'd be amazing.
Nancy, for sure. And then there's also, just for the haunted thing, we got a lot of opportunities coming up, and I want to go ghost hunting. I've got the ghost hunting equipment here.
We'll take that when we go to Casadega. I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Yep, and I agree, Jared. I need some of those stones.
I want to go. We got to get a date set up. Obviously we're in the middle of football season, but we're coming down to the end. Maybe like November, end of November, maybe December, early December. That's when we start slowing down on sports. We can get everybody a group, maybe a Saturday, Sunday, when everybody's off. Try to get out there and do something.
And I know Tiffany was always like, next episode too, we're gonna try to bring in some weird and wacky, strange stories from Florida too. It's got to keep
Florida man.
I got Florida man, Florida woman. We got to keep the craziness going. Nancy just said she'll go. So
obviously we got us three. Matt, the producer. We got Tara, Nancy. What the heck is that? Oh, my sticker fell off.
Bratz is attacking you.
Scared me. I don't know what it was.
Austin is so scary. A sticker fell off his hat and he got scared. We can't take it. He's gonna be gone, Craig.
It's bees.
It's bees.
Damn it, man. Oh, my God. This is embarrassing today.
It does start with a B. Bratz Beard Care.
Kelly from Broad's Beer Care, man, he's great. Right here in Winter Garden. I can't even point today, man. There it is. I love him, man. He's a great. Oh man.
Yeah, no, but gentlemen, yes, let's do this. Let's it looks like it's across the board. So I mean, let's figure out what we can do. Might get some stuff notice to get something for Halloween type thing, just because of the stuff. But yeah, if we can figure something out, I mean, it's looking like at least from the members we have in the chat and anybody else comments. I mean, if we can get this done, if we can just get a thing and we'll have a meetup, like a podcast meetup, and just anybody that shows up, great. It's just we'll do something, and then. But if we do like a Casadega, they do highly recommend that you get reservations with somebody for these things, so that way you make sure that you have a spot, because it's kind of a first come first serve. They're not. Yeah, it's not like a turn and burn type thing where they're just waiting for a lineup of people. I mean, a lot of them just they have normal lives, but they also do this as side income.
Yeah. So that's what we can all get together and talk about it, and then post in the group and post on our Facebook page and our Facebook group, and just put together and see what works with everybody. So
well, okay. So crystals, what do you guys think? Real or fake? Real deal? I mean, it's hard to have a half-hour thing. I mean, I would say I'm a believer myself.
On the bearder meter, I'd say it's 9. Crystals are real, but it's also about the energy that you put into it. If you say, "Oh, I'm going to throw these stones in my pocket and I'm not going to think no more about it," no, I mean, it doesn't happen right away. You could see yourself gradually calming down, and you're like, "Oh, it really does work."
Yeah. As a newbie, I'm gonna say I don't know anything yet, but I'm really gonna try and get some soon to experience it, because I want to try to learn it, and I'm a believer in hopefully it working. As many people, what's it called? Have talked about it in their stories. I'm a firm believer in it. So,
well, Chris, can you post up that link to that test for everybody?
Yeah.
And then just have everybody go take that crystal test, and just randomly, just in the chat, like on this video, or just to us, just let us know what are you drawn to, what seems to be the overall, let's see if there's a theme, if there seems to be just like a like a larger conscious, like we're needing something, or if it just seems to be more just randomized.
And then maybe you could pick that up when we go to Casadega.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And we'll go, we'll definitely go, do some live, stream, while we're out there too, post this up there for people. But yeah, it's definitely, from where we're at, I mean, it's maybe an hour drive. I mean, it's not that far. I mean,
Nannie Cakes over there can take a 15-minute drive over there. She's right there, man.
Walk to it, yeah. All right, but yeah. So speaking of Nannie Cakes, we want to thank you again for sponsor Nannie Cakes, Nancy. That barbecue, those cupcakes, and those doozies. Oh my God, those things were amazing.
The doozies were fantastic.
Absolutely amazing.
With the cupcake,
I was buzzing from the sugar. I mean,
I brought like maybe, I think she made like 20. Of course, you guys got some. I brought like maybe 6 home. The next morning they were gone. I was like, oh, okay, enough of me. I guess I should have ate it when I had the chance.
Yep.
So
no.
If you want to, check her out on Instagram. She's posted before, but I taught her how to hashtag now, and she is just going crazy with hashtags. So check her out on Instagram at nancy.b.burke. And actually, she wanted me to say this real quick. It's never too early to order your wedding cake, so reserve your spot now. And she just sent me like 9 more wedding cakes. I'll be posting that up soon. So her name is Nancy at 407-923-2898. I actually just messaged her saying, "Hey, we're about to go live." And she said, "Hey, I'm with a customer. I'll talk to you later." I was like, look at that. She's always busy. Anytime you call her or text her, she'll get right back to you and get your order in. So,
hey, I just posted the crystal test. So maybe you all can tell us which one's attracted to you all.
So yeah,
we'd love to hear about it.
Take it, and see, because I've taken it twice and I've had a couple of different results. And they're a couple of weeks.
But they don't.
Apart.
They usually don't vary by much, though. The stone is usually around the same color that you usually pick when you take the test. Again, they're pretty around the same color, or something a little different draws your eye, but it'll have the same effects.
Yeah.
Basically, it's what you need at that point in time when you take the crystal test.
So just be honest, just scroll through it. Just like I said, even if it's like, I don't really like yellow, but if you're suddenly like, oh my God, I'm drawn to that one, click it. I mean, that could be the one. Like I said, it might be some. But yeah, and then Kelly Brott for Brott's Beard Care. These beards.
Wrong side. There it is.
Beard oil.
Every time, man.
My wife she loves the key lime blend. That beard oil. She loves
You're not tired of walking around here smelling like a pie, Craig? You need to change the scent. I smell like a cigar. I love it though. Oh my God. The Havana.
The old Havana. Yep.
Yes.
It's the same thing with the crystals, man. I mean, I don't know if it was the crystals or what.
But not yet. We don't have crazy test.
I was walking through the Winter Garden Farmers Market. I just came across him, and he told me, he saw me standing there talking to my brother, and he was like, I was wondering if he's going to come over. And I started talking to him and stuff, and it just clicked. We met with him like a week later, and he became our sponsor. So, I mean, I love this stuff, man. It's our beer's never been better. I love it.
So we'll revisit this like later on. We'll have like a crystals, 2.0. We'll come back later when we have a little bit more experience, a little bit more information stuff, so we can sound a little bit more like professionals, right?
Yeah.
But as anyway, gentlemen, pleasure. Like I said, we shall see you on Sunday again. Everybody, thank you for watching, and good night. Maybe good night. I think we're still here.
I'm going to keep flashing UCF, baby. Ross Beard Care.
We're in overtime. There we go.
Nannie cake. There we go.